it's going to say that we're live. And so when you see that, you can share it to Facebook and Instagram. While I'm doing the intro, you can be doing that, if you will, please.
Okay.
So you should see a notification that it's live. Do you see it saying this meeting is live streamed?
Yeah, on Facebook.
Okay, I'm going to go make doubly sure we're really on Facebook Live, because I've been Zuckerberged before.
And this is going to be on YouTube as well?
Yeah, eventually it's going to get on YouTube. Right now we're live, so I'm going to start all this, but you can ask me anything later after. Hold on.
Okay.
Facebook. Hi. Yeah, I'm going to put on a happy face. This is my happy face. You don't want this face, because that's really resting bee face, isn't it? Well, anyway, these interviews were developed for you at home. And I know a lot of times we're on here and there's nobody watching, nobody liking it, nobody commenting. And then you come sneak on after we're done. You guys are such voyeurs. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you. Thank you so much for watching my interviews. I can't believe that my interviews have become a thing. Thank you so much, audience. Most people get on here and only listen for the intro. I look at the stats and I'm like, why do I do the rest of it? We should just come on and do an intro. I'm being silly right now. Okay. So, I just deleted my Lyft app by mistake. Good luck getting a ride tonight, Linda. Okay. So I am a little bit nutty. You guys all know that, and you love me anyway. You know, I have a brain injury. I do the best I can. Don't get mad. Just sit back at home, relax, watch the blinking lights, and get to know one comedian today. That's all you have to do. Sip it. We're doing the work. You're sitting there. I don't even know if you have pants on, and I don't want to know. Okay. So now you know you're at Comic Spot interview 967, I think. And yeah, he's not my first, but he's an impressive guy. Let me read you the intro of today's special guest. He says, believe this or not, this is what he said. I'm Michael Colucci. Who says that? Only Michael Colucci. He's from Las Vegas. I happen to know that's true. He says, I started doing Don't you love it when they don't talk in the third person? This is so cool. I've never read an intro in the first person. I started doing comedy and the open mic scene 5.5 months ago. I've performed at Wise Guys, the Fun Day comedy events, and an open mic in San Francisco. Welcome to the stage, the one and only Michael Colucci. Yay!
Hey, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda Marcus Smith. That was a great introduction. Good morning to you.
We really know each other in real life, and you're here in Vegas today?
Yes, I'm in Vegas. Yeah, the fabulous Sin City. Yeah, on a Thursday morning.
Well, tell me what it's like living in Vegas. Like, whereabouts in Vegas do you live? What's your neighborhood? What's the weird stuff happening in your neighborhood?
My neighborhood is like the typical modern neighborhood. The neighbors don't speak to each other. There's no eye contact. As soon as they pull in, the driveways close, and like that's about it. Other than like jogging down down the streets and stuff and little waving, that's it, which is kind of nice actually. I don't know. it's no commotion, but I don't know, sometimes it's nice. It's guard gated, so that's a plus.
Wow, guard gated. So
Yeah.
you like it in your neighborhood, and you like Vegas?
I actually, I love Vegas. I do. Yeah.
How long have you been in Vegas? Because you started comedy 5.5 months ago.
Yes. So it took a while, but I'm born and raised in Vegas. So it's been a long time. It's been a while. 31 years.
Wow, 31.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 31. No, I don't.
That wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, it was like 40 years ago.
Well,
Well, let's talk about what was I was here in Vegas during the shutdown of the pandemic,
Yes.
and I gather from what you just said, you were too. So talk to me about your family, your close friends, and you making it through the pandemic, if you will, please. And then we'll go through your life.
Well, this is I know in the pandemic it was, the lockdown happened. Everyone was at home and this Zoom craze happened. This is my first time ever on Zoom, like ever using it. You actually had to teach me how to use it. So I luckily survived that whole process in the pandemic. So it was mine was kind of a easy it was kind of easy for me. I don't know. It was just kind of just the same old stuff. I know like it affected the economy but like financially in my family, and it was difficult in those areas. But I was just a time to be creative and kind of sit back. At that time I wasn't doing comedy, but I definitely would have been hating the fact that I couldn't go out and go to the spots and clubs. Must have been horrible. I was watching all these podcasts and all the comedians would vent, and get stressed out because, it's kind of like the whole point is you got to keep going up there, and it's, a lifestyle.
It is.
But yeah, my family did okay. A few people on the East Coast, because I got some family out there. They were kind of, going through the COVID stuff. But other than that, it was kind of a chill time, I know.
Did all your family on the East Coast make it?
There's two members in the last 2 years that passed. One related to COVID and with other, issues too. So no, unfortunately, no. But the ones here are, I love them.
Yeah.
Keep them close.
Yeah. Well, before I go back through your life, you said you did an open mic in San Francisco.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
What open mic and who ran it? I want to hear this.
I believe her name was, it was either Chelsea or Kathy. I'm getting promoter's name mixed up, but it was, I kind of jumped the gun. It was my fourth time ever doing open mic ever, and I'm excited. But if I travel somewhere, I'm like, let me get the experience and go out there. So I was with my friends, and they kind of put me in the zone, and I did it. And it was just small little thing, 5-10 people, all comics. I think it was called Mutiny Radio.
Wow.
It was, something I would reach back out to if I were there. But the nicest people, some of them actually came from Vegas. Some of the open micers.
Well, Mutiny Radio, is that an LGBT friendly scenario? Because I know I have a friend in Portland. She's like a daughter to me, Belinda Carroll, and she has a show on Mutiny Radio. And I didn't know if she's LGBT. A lot of people in Portland are, but was that a safe space for LGBT people?
Yes. The openers, yeah, there was a lot of comics on, telling jokes like that, and who were in that scene. And it makes sense now that you say that.
Yeah.
Very friendly. It was awesome out there.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Do you go back to San Francisco often? I know another guy that has a mic there.
Oh, really? I would love to. That was my first time ever there, and it was like I wouldn't mind. It was just beautiful to be up there. Like the weather, the people were great, and it was cool.
Do you drive or fly?
Luckily, I flew. It was my first time taking the BART and all that. It was exciting.
Yeah.
I liked it up there.
That's so cool. I lived in San Fran and I lived in LA.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So yeah. So if you go back to San Francisco, I'll give you the name of a guy. He's been on AGT and he runs a mic. He's been doing this for like 30 years.
Wow.
Love him. You'll love him. He's a cool dude.
Awesome. Yeah, I would love to. That's my goal, to get more out there.
Yeah. So let's go back through your life. Now that we touched on the pandemic and the present, I like to take a time machine. Like, we're going to open up, get the keys to a DeLorean right now. We're going to time travel back to little Michael Colucci. I just can't imagine little Michael Colucci walking around with his lunch bucket.
That was Batman.
So tell us what it was like. First of all, I have to understand you as a human, and for people to get you, to really get you. like we're trying to open you up just so people really start. You'll get a fan. If you get one strong fan out of this, you might get 10 or 100, but if you get one that really gets you, that's the whole purpose of this. So when you were in your home life as a little kid, when the first memories of anything funny, how many brothers and sisters? Did you have a wonderful childhood with a real mother and a real father, and your dad never went to go get cigarettes and never came back? Or what?
I had a nice upbringing. There was definitely no trauma there. Um, Me and my sister would fight, sometimes like physical, but we were, infants, or, not infants, but young stuff. I don't know. It was always an event with Christmas. It would always leave. One of us would be screaming and crying because we'd get hurt or something. And my dad would go to the gas station and gamble. One time he came back with $5,000. He won on the jackpot over there, so that was nice.
Nice.
My family, they didn't argue that night. And I don't know, it was great. I think a lot of my dad passed away when I was 11. So from my memories of him, I feel like he would really appreciate the comedy world. Like if I could figure his interest more into that, because I remember watching some stand up with him and just comedy movies and stuff. So I feel like maybe I got that from him, little influence with that. But my mom is a great laugher. She laughs out loud. Me, I'm dead inside. I don't laugh out loud that much. But I'm like, I don't know. They're great. Like my mom's still here. I was, just spoke to her. But yeah, me and my sister, we would just fight a lot. And now we're good. Now we're close. But it was
What's your sister do here in Vegas?
she moved to LA right out of high school, and now she's kind of in the film industry.
What's she kind of do in the film industry?
Well, I shouldn't say kind of, because there was a few years where, well, like because of the COVID stuff, like hard to find stuff. But now she's fully back in. She works at a VFX company, doing big movie trailers. Marvel's one of her clients, and some Disney stuff. So they do the final touches before the trailers go out. That's what she's doing now.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, I'm excited for her. Like I myself do music, so we were.
What do you mean you do music? Explain
I'm
what you do.
a record producer. That's my favorite way to put it. I used to call it like I play instrument, a musician, but I DJ. I'm an artist, and I've released like hundreds of songs, and I've constantly music coming out. I have an EP, and it's a whole nother career I'm pushing. But yeah, which is kind of why I wish I was in LA a little bit as well. But yeah, my sister started out musically. I was into Legos, and then now she's into the movie stuff, and I'm into music.
Wow, that's so cool. So you have an electronic press kit with your music?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Link me with that so I can share it later today.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to get out there a little more. I'm more of a releasing music, but I also DJ, and my goal is to be on like more festivals. I used to play all the time, like throughout Vegas and some parts in Cali and stuff. But yeah, just kind of producing music at the moment, and I want to have a career with comedy. It feels weird to say that, but I do.
That's so cool. I didn't know that fact. I'm sure you said it on stage, but who really listens?
Oh no, no, I don't. I don't want to tell people that I do music, because they're like, oh, you should stop doing comedy because just focus on music. But the truth is, I suck at music too.
Oh,
No.
you don't suck at comedy. I like you on stage. I think you have something special.
Well, that means a lot coming from you. I still remember the first time I saw you.
Yeah?
The Wise Guys. Oh yeah. It was probably December, or probably maybe September of like 12 months ago from now. I've been coming since September.
I'll be darned. Was I nice to you?
Oh yeah, super nice. Yeah.
Pretty nice.
You stood out in the on stage, like your comedy stood out too. I could tell you really funny and better.
Thank you. So then what were you like in school? Like like, were you the quiet one who never said anything funny, never caused any ruckus, compliant, or were you the prankster? I have to know who you were in school. I have to.
I'd say I'd say I was the quiet, shy one, but in my table, the two or three kids around me, I would be cracking jokes at them and I would get them laughing. And that still gives me a little like confidence because I don't know, it came from at least I was doing it a little bit as a kid. It's not just something I'm trying to be funny all of a sudden. But yeah, just a little, you know, here and there, little funny stuff. It
Do you
was
remember?
easier.
What?
It was easier as the grades were lower. And like once you get into middle school, high school, there's cliques and groups, and I don't know, I was just more kind of shy with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what's the very first thing you remember saying that cracked people up?
Oh my God, this is the dumbest thing. Keep in mind they're fifth graders, so that was my audience. They're dumb. They don't know anything. But this is the stupidest joke. I still remember this. I said I picked up a water bottle. This is gonna not get me a fan. I'm gonna lose all my fans. No, I picked up a water bottle and I said, like this is $500, but the tax, now that's where they get you. And all the kids laughed, and it doesn't make any sense, but
That's brilliant for a fifth grader. You're smarter than most fifth graders.
Oh, maybe I should go on the show.
Yeah. Okay, so you're in grade school, and like, what was your favorite class, or how were you out on the playground? How were you with other kids?
My
That's
favorite class was this teacher that was an English teacher, but he didn't even do that. He just taught like hypnosis and like manifesting and law of attraction stuff. And I like that just was better than any class I ever took, I thought. And I like PE and lunch. Yeah, I think friends made school fun.
Yes. So what did you excel in as you got into junior high and high school?
Um, I'd say math, like numbers and math and music. I started playing guitar at 15. So guitar and video games and music meant a lot. I would wake up before school and play guitar for at least an hour every day. It's like built in, like I can go years without it and like still play it. I'm fortunate, like I was obsessed with it for a while because it's cool.
Who's your favorite guitar player in the world?
Oh, right. I mean, I really like this guy, uh, Jason Becker.
Huh.
Yeah, he's like in the 80s and 90s, but Van Halen, he was like my biggest influence. And Kurt Cobain. Um, I just like Kurt Cobain as a front man and stuff, but I love his guitar stuff too.
Wow.
There's a lot I could get into it, but yeah, I like the technical stuff, you know, the fancy stuff as well.
Yeah. How far back in history do you go with watching people and their guitar work?
Well, my influences are influenced by Vivaldi, which is like the 1700s, so like
Wow.
400 years. Well, you know, like 300 something, but yeah, because a lot of the guitar stuff I like, it's kind of classical, like oriented, like influenced by classical music and stuff. I guess it's like progressive, like neoclassical music or something. Um,
Wonderful.
that was back in the day. Yeah.
Nice. Well, so you went, what did you do after high school?
I immediately started smoking weed. I
Yeah.
waited till I was after, like, I never caught my interest till after. But once I smoked, I was into it. And from then on, I was just producing music and releasing music, DJing here and there, and got my, you know, going out in the work field and just kind of, yeah, focusing on music and friends and stuff, which I still have like most of my friends from that time. So,
Wow. Do they come to your comedy?
no, they do not. And I've been stressed out over that.
Why is that? Why don't they come?
It's to the point where I'm not even gonna ask again. Like they live in between me and them, so I know it's less distance. And I even invite them, but they're like, they're ready to go, and I'm like, I have to go straight from work. By the time you got to sign up and go there, I can't go 30 minutes home and then pick them up, you know. So when I tell them like I'm going straight there, they're like, uh, they're just, yeah, to the point where I'm like, are they really my friends? I
Yeah.
mean, you got to support. I've done it almost 30 times now. And the people who've seen me, I like those people.
Exactly.
They support. And these friends, they're two in particular. I want them to see me, and they're funnier than me. I'm the least funny out of the three of us, but I just have the balls to do it. So
That's a lot. That says a lot.
yeah. So one of these days they'll see me, but I'm done asking because yeah, I don't want to put myself in that position anymore. I've been rejected plenty of times.
There's enough rejection without getting it from your high school friends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, maybe one of these days. But fuck them.
Yeah, you guys, this is, if you're watching and you went to high school with him, you're missing a real treat. So
Yeah,
get on the bus, you know, take a helicopter ride, parachute out at
yeah,
1511 Main Street, Tuesday at 7:30.
yeah, yeah.
Not gonna
Be
kill
there.
you. Well, it might, but
Yeah, it might. You might die on the way. But yeah, be there or be square. And
yeah.
I'm at Square Bar too sometimes, so be there too.
You know what I've realized is that everybody makes time for what's important to them.
Mm,
So it's important to you. And like I've been doing comedy since March 2014.
wow,
And 2 weeks ago, my sister and brother-in-law heard me live for the first time.
wow.
That's all of my family that have. So that means a lot to me.
Okay, that means a lot to you. Yeah, yeah, that is a lot. Well, that's a long time in the making.
Yeah. And it's probably a good thing they didn't come before.
Well, I think you're like seasoned and polished now. I mean, the rest of your family would love it.
Yeah. And like I wish that I did I got that set went fine, but I'm sitting here going, "Oh, I wish it would have been better."
Hmm.
Yeah. You always do
Just,
that.
just to prove it to them.
Yeah, and you want to just knock them off their chairs. Well, that didn't happen.
See, it's hard to do that, like to invite someone, because it's a lot of it's based on the moment. It's not like a musical or something. You can just nail your performance. It's up to the moment to kind of decipher that along with yourself. But yeah, it's a lot. Plus another thing too is in the open mic scene, even me, like signing up, a lot of times I'm the last one to go up. So it's like a 3-4 hour thing for me. And to invite someone, I get it. I've had some friends come and I'm thankful they've came. But once I'm like on a showcase and a flyer, then I'm gonna really be mad if they don't come.
Yeah.
Because it's like you know what time I'm there. And yeah, it's just, and it's a good time. I've never went to the comedy club and it's like, oh, I feel bad. It's like
Yeah.
a great time. Even if the people aren't funny, it's funny to watch them.
So funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
So funny. And the thing is we're both just learning. And when we're sitting there for hours, we can sit there and go, when am I going to go up? Oh, this is ridiculous. But if we go there and really pay attention to the other comics, everybody has something that they can teach you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Even
absolutely.
the terrible ones, like if they're just like they've been going for 10 years and they're not doing anything new and they don't really care and they're just putting in their time, you can learn not to do that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm having a difficult time, like my radar, knowing if somebody's been doing it a long time or new. Like I thought it was good, but I'm surprised. Like some people are seem better than, there's different spectrums and stuff. People are at different
Yeah.
places.
I've seen people like, do you know who Taylor Tomlinson is?
Yes, yeah, I like her.
I started with her.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow.
So imagine how I feel being left in the dust.
No, no, the one thing, like a huge compliment that a thing that you impressed me by is um the times seen you at Wise Guys, it's a 3-minute spot. Your set is so tight and put together, like it ends right there, punchline, laughs every freaking punchline laughs, and it's like tight. And I always was impressed by that because before I would even go up there, I was like freaking out about like the timing and all that. And I would see people pull it off. I'm like, damn, that is skill. Like, how am I gonna be able to do that? and
Yeah,
it's a lot.
I time, just so you know, I wouldn't say I'm anal about it, but, and I don't care. I'm not out competing with other people just to be the best that I can be. But I write a joke and then I deliver it on a camera and time it. So I
Mm.
have a list of all my jokes and how much time each joke takes. So I know how long my set's going to take. The only variation will be if there's laughter and how long is the laughter.
Yeah, yeah, or a little interruption and talking, because that you could say something even funnier in that moment that is just in that moment. So yeah, yeah, it does. I got booed at Ocha for because I timed it for 5 minutes, and then yeah, you lose time up there. It's
Yeah.
it's a
If
good,
you're really in the moment, you're going to lose track of time. If
yeah,
you're, like when you see people up on stage and they keep looking at the clock, it's great, but um you kind of like, when you go on stage, if you're getting a lot of laughs and you got through 3 of your 4 jokes that you were going to do in 3 minutes, and if you're getting to having to stop and wait for the laughter, you better drop a joke. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like, and you can glance at the clock, but you also need to be really in the moment to be judging that and switching that up and being with the audience. Sometimes the clock is, you know, it's counting down every second. I see comics up there, blah, 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 blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
blah, like, be with the audience. The clock, you have a clock down there on stage,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. They're letting the clock dictate like the performance and stuff. I've been messed up by that too, because I'll know a joke is like 30 seconds and I have like 15 seconds left. I'm like, oh crap, what do I do now? So yeah, it's just kind of for me, I just need to get up there more and
Yeah.
figure it out.
No, the world needs to hear your comedy. It's always real delight to hear you up on stage. I like you. I liked you from the very beginning.
Nice, thank you.
So,
Yeah, you came up to me and asked this like at the very beginning, so that means a lot.
yeah. What is it that you're working on? Like, when you're writing jokes? Oh, no, I want to go back a little bit. Why in the world did Michael Colucci decide to cast all fears aside and face the world of rejection in comedy? I know you're a music and DJ and you
Mhm.
write songs, but what made you want to do, how how did that happen?
Um, a few years back, I've always been a fan of stand up, and from listening in classrooms, being the shy kid, listening to stand up specials, and then watching all the specials. But a few years back, I started jotting down like notes and just any type of funny stuff, whether if it was like idea or, well, I didn't know the formula back then for like process writing jokes and stuff, but I would just kind of write it down, and I already knew it was, and it amazes me. I look on my phone, and I was doing it since like 2017. I had no idea I was doing it that long, which for me is a while, but I just started doing open mics and getting up there 5.5 months ago, like April 9th, I think was the day. I had never talking on a mic in front of people. Even as a DJ, I never said anything. Maybe out of like the 200 times I DJ'd, I said like 2 words up there. And I hated my voice. So what happened was last year I started a podcast in August, and I was a fan of all the podcasts, and I knew, I wanted to do it. And without knowing that I would do stand up, I just wanted to start a podcast. And eventually I think that was gearing up to me doing it. And I had this guest, his name's Stevie Mack, official Mr. Daddy on Instagram. He threw this party he threw like stand-up little event in his backyard. He had a stage, PA system, 5 comics, and he asked me to do it. And because he knew I wanted to, but I wasn't ready at all. So he pushed me out there to do it. And I'm very, very fortunate he did, because it was the most nervous I'm still nervous doing it, but that was crazy. So
How was it?
I got it on video. I did okay. I'm still saying some of the jokes. I'm still saying that I'm using the same jokes. I like what I said that night. But it was nerve-wracking, but I did it. It was crazy. I was on a high for a few days. I couldn't sleep till like 7 a.m. that night.
Yeah.
It was exciting. So I just started writing jokes, and then had the balls to attempt it, thanks to a little assistance. But yeah, now I'm going to the clubs alone, and I'm nervous. At first, I was going with friends, and they would pump me up. But now I'm alone. But as soon as I get there, you're there, everyone's there. It's a good time. All the friends are there.
Yeah.
You guys motivate me.
Well, what's your, like how, when you write a joke, let's talk about your writing process. I find it fascinating. There's a couple questions I have about your comedy. So first of all, just so you know, I don't want to talk about me, but I'm going to answer the question and then give you the question. So the answer to if you ask me, this would be my answer. The way I write a joke is I'll see or hear some kind of stimuli, something like I'm looking at a lady and she's wearing red glasses on TV right now, big red glasses. So I'll be like, So now I'm stuck on that. It's in my head. I have to write a joke about it. And I will sit there and I'll milk it until I come up with something. Red glasses might be the punchline. It might be the setup. But usually, if I see something, that inspires me to write a joke about it. But if I hear a word or a phrase, that is now the punchline. And I will go looking for how to develop the premise. So what's your deal? How do you write jokes?
Absolutely. Yeah, I can relate to that. You pick up something from your senses. I like whatever, however you just put it. I like that. I think it's like two parts. There's one where you're living life and something just comes to you and you're like, oh crap, I need to write this down right now. Mitch Hedberg has a funny joke. He said, before phones, he was like, if I thought of something funny and there's no like pen nearby, I have to figure out how to forget it. I have to forget the joke then, because you got to just write it down when it comes back. Sorry, I just butchered that joke.
No, I can picture him saying that joke. I get it.
Yeah, but usually in bed or in the kitchen, making a midnight snack, something will come and I'll write it. Later in the week, I'll go through all my stuff and find what has potential and tweak it. And then my other second technique, which is I really like doing this too, forcing it out. I like to sit down and try and write on my notes on the computer. I listen to some background music and I just try and focus on it. Maybe smoke some joint or whatever, get in the zone. And I try and, use the internet as if like the other day I talked about Queen Elizabeth. I don't really know much about her. So I needed to Google some stuff to see if I can layer the joke. And so I like to force myself and I like to let the universe tap it into, an idea into my
Love
head.
that. So did you come up with some Queen Elizabeth stuff that I don't remember?
Yeah, I said some stuff at Ocha. Well, like I don't know if I gotta retire that. Like when it's topical stuff, I guess you gotta retire it sometimes.
Yeah, I think that, hey, how long did it take for her to retire? Screw it.
You're right. There you go. There you go. That's funny.
You can use that if you want. You thought it was topical. Look, how long did it take her to retire? Let's,
Yeah.
think this over for a second. This has a long shelf life.
Yeah. One of the things I said was, well, when I was researching, I found out there was a lot of conspiracies on her. Like one that said she was half reptilian. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Come on, maybe a quarter, but not half.
Her purse is an alligator. We know that.
There you go. Yeah, and it's a big purse. So
Yeah, can hold a sandwich.
yeah.
Mine can't.
No, but I keep food in my pocket sometimes. You ever get like all you can eat or like a buffet and you just want to bring a little bite home?
Yes, I am that old Jewish lady that goes to the casino buffet with a big purse, empty, and when I go in.
Wow. My friend said this story. I still don't believe him, but he said he got a trench coat one day and like sewed trash bags inside, went to a buffet, and he was like skinny walking in. And by the end, he was like this big, and people were giving him dirty looks. And then he put the bag in the fridge, like everything's mixed in the bag, and he put it and that was his food for the week. I don't know if I believe them, but it
Yeah.
paints a nice picture.
Okay, so you got pushed on the stage through your music contacts,
Yeah.
and you did a big show, and then you've been doing comedy on stage for 5.5 months at Wise Guys and the Fun Day. Ian Rainier and Gabe Aguirre, I guess it is his last name.
Mhm.
So what advice? There's always going to be somebody with more stage time than you and somebody with less experience than you. So what nugget or nuggets do you have of truth bombs to give to people coming up behind you?
I would say jump in head first. Like do it and figure it out as you're doing it. And really put your mind to it. Like at least one day a week minimum, you're up there. You should be writing throughout the week, once a day. Every day you should be writing. But the goal is to be doing as many open mics as a week as possible, and just keep your head nose on the ground and just do it. And then you can look back in a while and improve yourself. Hopefully you're not embarrassing yourself up there, but yeah, if you really want to do it, you got to take it serious.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
And be
What's the
funny.
very best and the very worst that you've seen without saying people's names or names of clubs?
Oh, the very best. I've seen some people at Wise Guys that don't come in there too often. That are just, they just like light up the room, blow up the room. And there's a lot of regulars who do that too, but there's some of the guys and ladies like maybe a little more established that, yeah, they just destroy. And it's usually a packed house and stuff. Yeah, I'm just impressed by that. Some of the worst, without naming names, Michael Colucci, no. Uh, I don't know. I feel like I'm the worst.
Oh no,
But
you're not at all. No way.
uh, there's just people that I think should, um, I don't know, keep doing it. But at the same time, like if you really want to do it, you have to ask yourself, like, you doing it for a hobby or like doing it seriously? Doing it serious, like you really gotta just keep at it and get better. I don't know, like being funny is subjective. That's my doubt sometimes of like, is this funny? Am I funny? But you'd be surprised if it gets a laugh, but you just gotta try it out and keep going at it.
Yeah. I've
Mm.
been watching, I want to speak to that for a second.
Mm.
So I've been watching comedians, you know, a long time because I'm 71 years old.
Mm.
And some of them have a lot of confidence or cockiness, and some of them have lousy material, but they're likable. Some of them have, and that's subjective. Some of them have great material, but no personality. I've seen it all. It doesn't bore me. I'm fascinated. So, like I think of all of what's important is letting the audience get to know you up top. So taking a second to do something quirky, or like I would say that there's people at Wise Guys that just take a second or their first joke to let people know just how weird they are or how their brain thinks.
Mm.
And then once the audience gets to feel for who you are and that you're up there and they connect with, like they feel that you're up there for them, you're not up there for yourself. Like, look at me, I got something to say. But if they think for a second in the audience that you're there to take their pain away or throw yourself under the bus to get a laugh so that they laugh, they'll go on a ride with the worst jokes in the world. I mean, like the jokes are secondary to connecting and making people feel like you get them.
Wow, that's a great way to put it. So it's more than like it's up to the person up there, not just the material.
Yeah, I mean, like you can sit on your laurels for a long time and rely on your personality, your connectability, your likability, and then you can start working on the material. I know I did. Like I've always been able to connect with strangers everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I have to push myself to write good jokes because I can, like just because the audience loves me, that's not hard for me. What's hard for me is to have good material and be confident in my material being good.
Yeah.
I'm confident with who this is, you
You
know.
are.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
confident with who I am and that I am this, and I'm not going to try to be this so you like me. I'm this,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything that comes out of my mouth is about this, but I'm not comfortable at all with the development of my jokes yet because that's been the last thing that's developed.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I'm always impressed by your jokes, and I see you got like a lot going on, and you do that. So you probably have a lot, probably.
Oh man, I have like 100 pounds of jokes I've written.
Wow.
And those are just the ones
Wow.
I put on paper. And then I've got like 500,000 jokes on Facebook.
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. And then you do like funny captions on your videos and stuff. Wow, you have a lot.
Yeah,
So
but
you do put in the time to write. That's great.
yeah, but like putting together a comedy set. Here's a joke, here's a joke, here's a joke. Okay, which jokes should I do? What order? How should I deliver it? I mean, there's so much to this.
Especially when you got like, you know, if you time something in, you're like a minute over or something, then it's like, wow, you got to tweak this, but I want to say this, but I want to say this too. And it's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah, it is. And 3 minutes is it's so good and it's so awful. It's so challenging and it
Yeah.
feels so good to master a 3 minute time frame. It does. If you can do that, then
Yeah.
you can do an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I like the 3 minutes more than the five right now. Only because I don't know. I've done more than 3 minutes. So I just need to do more. I don't know how much, like, well, they say like when you tally it up, like I just know for me, I may think I have this much time, but it's probably, it's only like that much. So I'm still doing it. I'm definitely, I got to stay with the 5 minute area. I feel like for a little bit,
yeah,
master the 5 minute area.
yeah. 3 minutes is it's like a quick cardio workout at the gym. Like I only got so much time. How much can I fit in? And
Yeah.
like I think some of the people that get the highest there's laughs. There's like a spectrum of the laugh. Like there's the pity laugh all the way up to falling off their chair and on the ground slapping the table. They're laughing so hard, which I personally have never seen.
Mhm.
But like when you're telling jokes, the when you're watching people at Wise Guys tell jokes, the people who get the highest volume of laughs a lot of times have the fewest jokes. They don't try to fill all that 3 minutes with how much can I get in here? How many different jokes? How many laughs per minute? They just go for good quality laughs, like the timing, like uh, connectability and likability. And the fewest jokes to me are like Barry Corcoran or Justin Teigen.
Okay. Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah, he's great.
Just let the audience take a minute to let them get to know how quirky you are and say
Yeah.
a couple jokes and get off the stage. And then people remember, they'll, like I like that. I mean, I've tried to slow down and just get some good laughs. Last night I did a joke and they were applauding. And I'm such a schmuck. I started talking in the middle of them starting to applaud. So of
Uh-huh.
course they quit applauding. You die to have someone applaud at your joke.
Yeah. 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 So yeah, you gotta get them to applause again.
Yeah, yeah. So I go up there and say, I want to
Right.
recreate this joke.
We
But
can
I
see it
need
again.
you to do this with me, folks. It got an applause break and I talked through it. So now when I get to this word, I need you guys to applaud and I'm going to practice not interrupting.
There you go. Yeah, you flip it around. You teach them how it's done. I haven't been in Wise Guys in 2 weeks, and a lot of it, and it's only because of this reason. And I have to do it. Somebody stole my license plate, So I feel like I can't park by the meters and stuff because I'll get another citation. And so I already have like an appointment at the DMV, but it's taking forever. And Chinatown, somebody just stole my license plate. And so yeah, I've been only going to the other spots because there's no meters and stuff. But I miss Wise Guys. I freaking really miss it. It sucks. And I miss the roast battle too.
Yeah, that was really good.
No.
Are you going to come up with a joke about someone stealing your license plate?
I know there's material there, and like that's what, when you go through bad stuff, that should be the positive in it. Maybe there's some material, but so far I got nothing. Other than like I have to go to the DMV 3 times and the police station twice already. It's not a joke yet.
Yeah.
No, it will be.
That's where Shakespeare was very wise when he says tragedy plus time is comedy.
Yeah, I am.
Someday you'll.
I feel like when I'm happy though, it's the best. I don't know. When I'm dark, I don't want to like do stuff. Maybe it'll come to me something.
How expensive is it to replace your license plate these days?
As long as it's no like new registrations, I don't know. I don't know if I have to get a whole new registration, but it might be under $100 just for the whole like replacement of the plates and some fees and all that. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but
Next time you're going to put a tracking device on your license plate.
I should, yeah, or maybe put
Through the car.
through the
Why
car.
would somebody want the license plate?
I think I parked in like chop shop area, like a mechanics by Chinatown area, and yeah, people are really nice over there.
Wow.
Food's great.
Yeah. So, okay, so let's get down to the end of this. What are you planning on doing in your comedy and your music career? What do you have to accomplish before you get old and die, like me?
I have to accomplish getting all of my art there and reaching as many people as possible, whether it's my comical art or like music art. And maybe I can, do it with both and have like a identity as both. Because ultimately, I think it's possible, and I think I have the drive to do it as long as I'm just out there. But my goal is to get better, to keep doing it, and in the next few months, I want to start being on showcases. I hope hopefully that can happen, and I can start getting on some flyers and getting better at jokes and being up there. And with music, I want to start playing festivals.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. You let me know when you're on a flyer for a show.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think you could get on a flyer for a show right now with Steve McAnally.
Oh yeah. Who is he?
Hit him up. Go to Facebook and write him a message and say, I just got interviewed by Linda and she said that I should hit you up for a spot on your show.
Steve McNully?
McAnally. Mick like McDonald's.
Yeah.
Capital I.
Okay.
N like Nancy. ELLY.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, Linda.
Yeah. I'm going to be on his show this Wednesday. It conflicts with Wise Guys. But
Okay.
as you know, we don't always get chosen for the Wednesday Wise Guy.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Next time I'm gonna go up. It might be tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. I gotta get back in it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You're thinking about going to Ocha?
I don't know because I don't know if I'm like working like double shift tonight, so I'll still have to figure it out.
What type of work do you do?
I work at UPS.
Ah,
Yeah, in the warehouse. Fun times.
yeah. Well, tell everybody, since you don't yet have any places where you'll be performing, you generally have always been at Wise Guys on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at the mics.
Yeah.
And very shortly, you're going to start getting on flyers.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll announce it and I'll share it on Facebook to people. But tell me where on social media you want people to follow your music. You're a lyricist. You write the phrase, the words to the music too, right? Singer,
Yeah.
songwriter. Are you a singer?
I've released music with my singing and lyrics, but most of the part I produce and I find a singer. I produce like dance music, so I find someone who's better than me at singing.
Got it. Well,
Yeah.
where can we see all of your stuff, and where do
Um,
you post where you're appearing when you are appearing?
the main channel to discover what's happening in my life is Instagram, and it's my personal Instagram. It's M Colucci. It's M Michael Colucci. So it's my M Colucci. And I also have a podcast called Just TV, and it's under my music group that's called Just Cuz. So if you want to check out my music, it's called Just Cuz. It's JUSCUZ, one word. And my podcast is called Just TV, and that's on YouTube. So and I have all these other names and stuff, but yeah, just Michael Colucci, M
So
Colucci.
what's your podcast about? People love to talk about and listen about podcasts. What is that about?
It's me and my other partner who's in Just Cuz. It's a DJ duo. We both produce music, and we sit here, and sometimes it's just the two of us, and we bullshit and pull up. I have content. I always pull up curate videos, but we try and do some topical stuff. But we also have a guest, so we like to promote musicians. And soon I'm gonna start inviting the comics and stuff. I'm only on episode 46, so it's not episode 967 like you, but I'm getting there.
Hey, you're getting there. That's awesome. 46 episodes. Fabulous. Way to go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
Good.
maybe you'll have me on.
I would love to. I would love to.
I would love
No,
that.
we'll
I can talk music. I can go way back with music. Maybe not the 1700s, but close.
Not that part back.
Thank you so much for coming on. Now, at this juncture, before we sign off, is there anything you wrote down on your paper when you were thinking about coming on that you were hoping that I would ask, or hoping you'd get to say?
Yes, I would like to finish this by saying rest in peace, Coolio.
Oh,
You know, I was just listening to his music on the way here, so that's cool. And I was watching the Howard Stern interview. Really cool. I've been getting into Howard Stern a lot lately again, and he was singing it, so that was cool to see that. But yeah, rest in peace, Coolio.
yes. Did you ever get to meet him?
No, I have so many friends who have, but maybe I saw him one day in the flesh, but no, I never got to meet him.
I always thought I saw him once or twice. I know he used to come to Ochitai.
Really?
When I
Oh,
first
wow.
got here, he was a regular at Ochitai. And so was the guy with the big clock on the other Vegas.
Flavor Flav. I've met him a few weird random spots. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was a big supporter of the Vegas comedy scene, Coolio. And so
really?
is Flavor Flav, but you know, Coolio touched a lot of our comedians' hearts.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
so
a lot.
cool.
Yeah.
So you actually saw him at Ocha?
I know I did. It was like so long ago.
Mhm.
And so I don't remember, nobody said anything, but you know how you feel like I knew to look out for him. And one night I felt like he was in there, but it was jam packed. And,
Wow.
I didn't ever talk to him, but
Wow,
yeah.
that's really interesting. That's cool to know they supported the comedy scene.
I know last night I was mentioning that he had passed, and a lot of people were like jumping to the conclusion that it was drugs. Who knows? We're not here to, first of all, we're not here to judge. Second of all, we don't know. And the news is saying it had nothing to do with drugs. So
Yeah.
slow your horses on that.
I'm just happy. One of the big lines in his song, he said, I might not make it past 23. And now, he made it to 59. So that was great.
Yeah. I wonder why he said that. Did
Um,
heart problems run in his family?
I think it was just the lyrics, because he really was living that like street life. Like I don't want to be out of context, but I know the rapping came like second. So maybe he was just just living a fast life maybe. But he was just projecting that fear maybe. But yeah, he's always an icon. Will always be an icon.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. He's
Yeah.
really missed. Well, anyway, you've been a delight, and I thank you for your time coming on.
Thank you,
And I
Linda.
love seeing you at the clubs. You're a bright light. A lot of times there's darkness in a club. I'm not talking about the light bulbs. I'm talking And when you walk in, it's always great to see you. And it's great to see you on stage. And I really look forward to watching your career blossom and bloom. And please get a hold of Steve McAnally.
Yes, yes, I wrote it down. I will definitely reach out. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
And thank you for inviting me to be a guest. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I'll share it. I'll say to people, he might be new, but give him a shot.
Beautiful. That's all I ask.
Super. Thank you, Michael Colucci. Bye.
And, you have a great day.
You
Talk to you
too.
later.
Love you lots. Bye.
Bye-bye. Love you too.